Go trekking, I say. It'll be fun, I say. Yeah. You know what it is? You see the thunder, you see the lightning, and you count the seconds until the thunder, and then you know how far away the lightning is? 1 kilometer. Not gonna say that I'm not a little bit terrified. Borderlining hypothermic. Yeah. And it is fun. And we're off somewhere up this mountain here. That's my first stop of today, and tonight I'll be sleeping on top of the little mountain you can see in the distance there. So I've just started the second part of Tour du Mont Blanc. The first part I did a week ago together with my friend Thomas Heaton, and now I'm setting off on the second part alone. It's a special trek, this. Not only because I have an 800 meters uphill start, but because tonight is one of the peaks of the Perseid meteor showers, and I'm camping at 2,500 meters atop of a mountain. And from this mountaintop, well, obviously, I'm hoping to capture the meteor shower. I couldn't be more excited. If you didn't see the beginning of this little journey, I suggest you head over and check the first video with Thomas and I embark on this adventure together. I'll leave a link below in the description. And once you watch that, why don't you just come back here and join me for the rest? Well, halfway up or something or other. I've been going uphill for an hour and 15, and that's not much to tell, much to show. It's just a trail, zigzagging. It's steep, it's hot. The last 2-3 days here in the French and Italian Alps have been some of the hottest days this year. We hit 35 degrees yesterday in Chamonix.
Captured this scene as I was coming up the mountain. Really enjoy the pyramidical shape of the mountain offset against the tree. Simple scene, just a snapshot on my way by, but definitely worth taking.
Oh, 800 or so height meters delivered. Bertone in sight. First leg of the day done. Gonna find myself some shadow, enjoying my packed lunch, and see about water. I reckon I need about 5 liters or so to survive in the afternoon and tomorrow morning. Leg 1 done of today. You can see the hut right up there behind me. Just sitting here in the shadow, getting ready to have some lunch. I got beautiful, I'll show you. I got a beautiful loaf of good Italian bread. And I got some peanut butter, I got some jam, got lots of water, and I'm able to fill water here behind me, and that's so crucial. So I'll fill you in on a little bit on the plan, but hang on. The Perseid meteor shower. Sometime tonight, the forecast is for clear skies all night long, so I think it's going to be great. Legally, to camp here in the Aosta part of Italy, I have to camp at above 2,500 meters. There's a mountain over there that is 2,533, and that's where I'll be camping. However, of course, it's a mountaintop and there isn't any water there. Between me and the mountaintop is about 600 height meters. I've already done 800, so it's a big day today. Short in distance, but big in elevation gain. So I need to trek another 600 meters uphill, and then about 3-4 kilometers flat, or not flat, but less steep. And then I'll be on this summit, but no water. I am looking forward to having an absolutely gorgeous night up on the mountaintop. But now let's eat. Wow. This bread is just gorgeous. You see? Bread, some kind of cherry jam, peanut butter. This is gorgeous. Wow. 5-liter water carry. It's good fun. I think I've hit a new record of filling. Oh my god, this bag is freaking heavy. Doing my last leg, 600 up and 3.5 kilometers across. Coming up on a ridge line soon until the summit that I'm supposed to sleep on. And I'm telling you, it's hot, it's heavy. I'm starting to sound like a complaining old man. Let's try that again. It's a glorious day out. If I get to see the meteor showers tonight, it'll all be worth it. I think that was hard, eh? Hello, baby Kelsey. What can you be, a year? I'm done, guys. Camp is up here behind me. I'm so happy that I have pitched my tent. I'm not exactly where I thought I would be. I crossed a little point on my way to that location, and the views are perfect. If we get clear skies, which by the looks of it might not happen, but if it happens and we get to see the meteor shower, we have the best view ever. I'm looking in a northeasterly direction right here. Camp northeast exactly. Supposedly Perseid meteor shower. But if you look at this view now, you got like a rock stack, lone tree down there somewhere, and of course the river coming in from the left. This stuff is freaking perfect for some astrophotography. It's perfect for landscape photography because this here is Massif du Mont Blanc, so the Mont Blanc Massif. The Mont Blanc is hiding behind these mountains and the cliffs and the clouds. It's just over on the other side. But all this stuff, glaciers, oh my god, peaks, it's so gorgeous. So I'm definitely gonna get the long lens out, long lens game, shoot a lot of that. Sun is obviously still going strong. We have sun for another 3 hours or so. Got my tent pitch, which I'm really happy with. Gonna get everything just organized. To show you, here's my tent, here's my camp for tonight. So this is the Z-Pack Duplex L, and basically what you get is these little sticks there to make it longer. Got my pack, got things there, I need to sort things out. Well, good evening and welcome to another episode of Cook with Jonas. Pot, burner. If you want to know more about these things, I suggest you look at the video where I talk about all the gear and all the crap I brought with me. Below somewhere, description. Glorious meal is a macaronis, but this is the good stuff. It takes only 5 minutes to boil, and they use 7 eggs for each kilo of pasta. So there's a ton of protein in this pasta, which is really, really nice. This time I have pork, some kind of sliced pork. This actually looks like pork and not like the chicken substance that I had on last trip. With chicken sausage, whatever this is, I have no idea. But it's actually pressed together chicken substance, let's call it that. We also have this blood bag, pesto bag, which is a red pesto made on tomatoes and things. So it's basically going to be a pork pesto pasta thing. And I got chili flakes, sea salt, really good to rehydrate with that, and pepper that I ground last night, so it's freshly ground black pepper. I still have some of the delicious farmhouse bread from Italy. Still tastes delicious. This dipping in the pasta sauce, wow. That's why I bring the big pot, 1.1 liter. And this one I can actually cook pasta. Oh my god, the light right now. Photographer first, cooking channel second, right? So I got my 20 to 70 millimeters right now. There's this light just cascading down the mountains. Just exposing this one for the highlights. Don't care what happens in the shadows, because the shadows are only like a stop or so underexposed. That is so absolutely smashing light, guys. Love it. I love when the light just happens. So this is the 20 to 70 f4G from Sony. Tiny lens, lightweight, tack sharp from 24 to 70. A little bit less sharp or so, maybe around 20, but it's the perfect trekking and travel and just being out in the outdoors lens. I haven't seen that it's less sharp at 20. I've seen there's a huge amount of distortion that's being corrected in Lightroom, but it's still sharp. It's sharp enough. It's a phenomenal lens. Light, fairly affordable, and more than any of that, what an absolutely amazing focal length. Wide angle to pretty good telly. Moment of truth. Yep, that will make me happy. Update on the situation. I got the camp, got the tent up, had a quick dinner, which you saw, and fell asleep. And it's now like an hour and a half later, and it's really cold outside, and that's where the perceived meteor showers are supposed to happen. The only blue sky we have is in the completely the opposite direction. So honestly, I don't know what to expect. Checked the weather forecast like minutes ago, and it still says that I'm going to get clear skies, so I don't trust that forecast anymore. Maybe that little blue gap over there turns into something useful. Photography conditions, not great. Not great at all. Like, for example, gorgeous mountain, right? There's a lot of drama here in the clouds. Here, the Daunt. Over here you have the funicular, well, no, not funicular, but it's funway or whatever they call it in Italy, the lift that takes you up to the Mont Blanc. And we have some kind of light over there, but you know, I don't see many great images. Possibly there is here a long lens game, possibly. I'm gonna put my alarm for 2 a.m. and yeah, see what happens. Perhaps 2 a.m. there will be some astrophotography to be done. Sitting in my tent, just waiting for the light to just be boring, and all of a sudden the entire canvas here just shown in yellow, gold, magenta, red, pink, everything. Got like 5 shots, and then the light was gone.
Being up in the mountain, I first thought that I was alone, but it dawned on me that I actually had company. I found another hiker who had the same plan as I: camp up high, perhaps watch for the meteor shower. Got a shot as he was standing, lonely, perhaps looking at his phone and sending a message home. As the sun was setting, I managed to get a few shots of a very fleeting moment where the light was just right. More than just right, it was perhaps even perfect. The incredible clouds, the incredible sky, made an otherwise perhaps mundane landscape. Well, it's a mountain, it's not mundane, but it's not something that I otherwise would have shot. It might look as if this image is heavily processed, but if you look at the raw file, which is this one, you can see that the only thing I've done is to turn an otherwise slightly dull raw file into a slightly more contrasty and saturated image.
What happened to the meteor shower? Well, nothing happened to the meteor shower. I had my alarm bell set at 2 a.m. and I went outside. I stayed outside for 5 minutes and I didn't see anything. Not a single one. So I didn't know what to expect. I've never shot one before, but the article I read said that on average there'll be one every minute. And I stayed there for 5 minutes, which means I should have seen 5 to 10. And I saw nothing. And we have to add on top of that, it was really freaking cold. So I went back to bed. I was up at sunrise this morning, but there's not a single cloud in the sky. And photographing, I don't know. You tell me, I'll show you. Hang on. That's not very, it's gorgeous. My little camp. This is a gorgeous view to wake up to. There's nothing wrong with the view. But for photography, the only redeeming view is right now. Just the difference between the shadow and the light. I really like that. Not sure how I can make it work as a photo, but I can't make this sliver of light work really well. That normally just means that I'm not trying hard enough. I was fighting the sun over here, trying to shoot only the sunbeam. But by including the sunbeam made sense, and the light and dark here kind of made sense. So basically what I did, I went wide angle, 20 mil, and stopped down the lens to about f16 so I can get some starburst.
As I shot this image, I was excited about what I saw in my viewfinder. But what I didn't know was that my sensor was covered in dust, and that all that dust would be lit up by the sun coming through the lens and create something that was impossible to save. All these blotches of light down below the sun, for me, breaks the image and makes it absolutely useless. Nonetheless, a nice moment.
Oh, coffee. It's gonna be so good. Coffee with that morning view, eh? That's boiling. And time for coffee. 2 spoons per pot. You see, you want that foam there. Okay, stir it well. And now, lid on. And that will take 2 minutes. Sometimes you have to stir the top millimeter, just like so. That breaks up the surface tension, allows the last of the coffee to sink, which means we can enjoy this beautiful golden brew. Cheers. It's time. I'm gonna finish my coffee, pack up my tent, get ready. Que vento leve love logo já. Que vento leve love logo já. Que vento leve love logo já. Que vento leve love logo. Ah, the trails are in front of me. I'm behind for that matter. I have a long day because I have so much stuff with me. Camera gear, that is. And it's a 20k day. This peak here in the middle. Yeah, I'm passing that col there and rounding that mountain. It's a really long day. 20k. And spoke to my wife this morning. She had a really, really rough night with the little one, with little Jack Oliver, and that means that this night coming is my last. Obviously, when you're a parent and you have a kid that is only 8 months, in 2 days, so 7 months and a bit, 8 months and 2 days, your priority, my priority, is on family. It's on making sure that both myself and my wife can keep our sanity and make sure that our son is happy and healthy. Look at these flowers. Isn't that gorgeous? And that bee there. I think they're rompions. I'm tired of shooting light. Light can make a good image, but it should be the composition that makes a good image, not the light. That's what I feel. And the more I think about things like that, the more discerning I become about what I shoot. And that's okay. But when I started this YouTube channel, I wasn't aware of the pressure I would feel to deliver good images in every video. And that's something that I'm dealing with now, because I feel like a complete failure from last night. But truth be told, I'm happy and proud that I didn't shoot those scenes, because that just means I've evolved as a photographer. Well, looks like I'm coming up on some civilization. I'm tempted to stop for a coffee, maybe a soda, but I don't think I will. Like, there's something about maintaining the remoteness of a trail. Walking past this establishment kind of does that. Stopping, getting a taste of delicious Italian coffee and a soda also means inviting the civilization in. And I don't think I want that for today. See that beautifully central cloud over there? That's the col, that's the pass. So I'm down here. I need to go all the way down to the bottom and all the way up to the top. I've only done this col from the other side, coming down this massive hill. So from this side it looks quite intimidating. And there is an alternative that takes you up to a peak up on the right there. I'm not sure if I want to do that either. Got a blister, obviously, being out with new shoes, coming up on a big water thing here. Gonna take that as an opportunity to hydrate, take a break, clean myself, apply sunscreen because it's now 11 o'clock. I never bother with sunscreen in the morning. It's just sticky and sweaty and uncomfortable. And anyway, you're just gonna probably lose it. So 11, the sun is strong now. I need to get my sunscreen on. So that's what I'm gonna do, but I'll show you my legs. Do you think sunscreen would fit in that mess? Because I sure as H-E-L-L do not. I came from up there. And unfortunately, I'm going up there. I'm looking forward to finding a spot to pitch my tent and relax. Check the regs in Switzerland, because that's where we're entering. And above the tree line is apparently okay. You can pitch in the afternoon, you need to leave in the morning, as always. Got some gorgeous light happening. Just got some snapshots of that, and that might be the image of the trip. Like that light, the patches of sun. Well, now I am explaining it. I guess I can't be bothered. And the shadow, the sun rays, the atmosphere, the haze, the river, all of it coming together in an absolute glorious mix.
Coming up to the Grand Col Ferret and then traversing over on the trail to the Petit Col Ferret, I looked behind and below me and I saw perhaps the best light I saw all summer. An absolutely beautiful moody cloud, kind of framing the valley below and allowing the light to escape, filter through the clouds, creating sun rays into the valley floor. As I saw this, I knew this was an obvious black and white, and I shot a bunch of different versions handheld. This here is my absolute favorite, and perhaps my favorite shot of all summer.
And now I'm heading over to the Petit Col Ferret. So that was a Grand Col Ferret, and I'm taking the Petit instead. Less people, don't know anything about the views. Potentially nice, I don't know. Since I'm camping, less people is nice. Right, crossing into Switzerland. Switzerland! Italia, bad weather. Switzerland. great weather, right? Not many people here. This is a variant of the TMB, so not the original stuff. And my plan is to camp down there somewhere amongst those hills, but ideally with a view of the valley below. That's the plan. Still above tree line, so technically legal. Well, I thought the snow season was over, but I'm currently sliding down a snowpack. Ain't this something fun for the memory book? It's not much, but this is also good news because a snowpack up here means plenty of water down there. And since I'm not doing a water carry today, I'm obviously hoping for lots of water. I know there's a lot of streams on the map, so this just tells me they are very likely to be full. So, good weather in Switzerland, bad in Italy. Problem, weather in Italy seems to follow me into Switzerland. Got the ugly poncho on, not as beautiful as my sun hat, but does the job. And it's hailing. It's a bit crazy, but it is what it is. At least I'm nice and... Yeah. You know, you see the thunder, you see the lightning, you count the seconds until the thunder, and then you know how far away the lightning is? 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer. I'm in the midst of it. Not gonna say that I'm not a little bit terrified, because yeah, and I'm cold, borderlining hypothermic. Yeah, I need something hot. I'm not doing anything until this little thunderstorm comes down. That reminds me, I actually have a warm jacket I can put on. Hola, Vero. If I don't survive this, probably will. Maybe I'm a bit dramatic. It just feels terrifying in this moment. Veronica, you're my life. You and Jack are my life. I'm a bit scared right now. I can see the flash and the thunder comes immediately, like I'm in the thunderstorm and the lightning right now. I love you both to death. I shouldn't use the word death today. I love you both. Okay, so the update is as follows. Using my phone because I dare not use the DJI Mavic Pocket, whatever it's called. Because it's wet. Okay. Got over the call. Came from Italy and Switzerland. Started thundering behind me. I just kept trekking and ended up in a really nasty hailstorm. It got worse and worse. Wind picked up. It started thundering, so lightning, and it was coming the same way as the hail. So I quickly, absolutely soaked and pitched my tent. As I pitched my tent, the lightning was striking like less than a kilometer from my head, because the lightning and the thunder was just less than a second apart. I was quite scared, to be honest, and now I'm sitting in my tent. I got chaos everywhere because I just got everything out. The wet socks hanging, and I'm in my sleeping quilt and trying to get warm. Yeah. So my wife forcing me to go home tomorrow. This sounds like a really good idea. Everything is just soaked. Like, no, nothing in the bag was soaked, but everything I was wearing. So me, shoes, socks, shorts, shirt. Because the forecast said no rain, so I brought my stupid rain poncho. Okay, I'm revising my thoughts that a rain poncho is a genius. It's the stupidest thing in the world, and I'm getting rid of it. Yeah, you heard it from me. Ciao. I don't know. Good night. I don't know. This video might continue. I honestly don't know. Good morning, everyone in the world. Rough night. rough arrival to this campsite. It's actually a beautiful campsite. A storm most of the night, didn't sleep too well, and yeah, exhausted. It's cold for hours last night. I'm not cold anymore, I'm dry. Now I need to put on wet everything and make my way out of here. There's a bus in about 2 hours that I need to catch. I have at least an hour and 10 or hour 15 to trek, so got a bad blister on my foot still, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to get out. Have felt better in mornings, that's for sure, but you know, sometimes that's what adventure is. That's what it's like to be out trekking. Things don't go according to plan, and I can say that my poncho is being retired. I think it's absolutely awful. Never been wetter than yesterday, and the pesky rain jacket is back in play. This was my campsite. This little spot right there had a lovely stream next to me, and protected by all these hills from thunder and lightning. The rule to remember when camping in a lightning storm is obviously don't do it, but if you have to do it, which was my case yesterday, because I was getting hypothermic, I was soaked, I did not have a single dry piece of clothing on my body. It was windy, it was cold. Like with the thunderstorm's arrival, the hottest day of the year turned into freezing cold. It was an incredibly valuable lesson to remember how quickly things can go bad. You know, I'm always prepared, and this has happened before, hypothermia that is, but you're never prepared. You're never ever prepared. I texted my wife because I'm in Switzerland and don't have any data, so I just sent her a text message saying that I'm cold, I'm lonely, the thunder and lightning is above me, I love you, and all these things. I was so low. It was so low that it felt like this could be the end of me. If a lightning bolt strikes my tent, this could be the end of me. Oh my god, it was a terrible experience. The peak of it was when I could count less than a second between seeing the flash and hearing the thunder. I was just curled up, trying to isolate myself from the ground. So that's what you should do also. I was sitting on my sleeping pad, on my butt pad, on my backpack, on my clothing bag, in the tent, huttering because it's so cold. And I wanted to just isolate myself from the ground, because if you get struck by a lightning bolt, that's the way you survive. No lightning bolt struck, but they struck no more than, let's say, 500 meters from my tent, which means I was literally in the eye of the storm. Do you say that? If it's not a tornado? I don't know. I was in the midst of my golf ball blister. I checked it this morning. It might not exactly be a golf ball, it's a little bit less, but it's like a US dollar coin. It's big, maybe even a little bigger than that. Big enough to hurt like hell. It's a gorgeous view, by the way. Look at that. That is a gorgeous view. It's sunny. I asked my wife for a weather forecast yesterday, and she said, well, Jonas, sorry to say, where you are currently at in Lafayette, it's going to rain tomorrow morning. It's going to rain all day, and it's going to be terrible. And currently above me, I have almost blue skies. There's a few scattered clouds. There's rain clouds on the horizon. That's the stuff that looks gorgeous over there. But all in all, it's a nice day for trekking. I'm obviously, half the stuff I'm wearing is wet. The only thing I managed to dry from the shoes were my soles of my gaiters. So at least that part is nice to dry. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue into the mountains. There is a great forecast for rain, and the rain poncho that I have from Sick to Summit, Nano Ultrasil Ultralight Yadi Yadi, 255 grams. It's absolute freaking rubbish. So I bought this thing 5 years ago, and as I was wearing it yesterday, I was wondering why I kept getting wet. Turns out that all the tapes around the neck portion, the head thing, the snout, whatever you call it on a poncho, the hood, all of them had delaminated and were leaking. So I literally felt as if every time a hail thingy where a raindrop hit me, it went straight down my neck or straight down my torso back. And it turns out that it was not just a feeling, it was the actual truth. It shouldn't be like that. So fail, big fat F to C2 Summit for making clothing that do not last for more than, let's say, 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. So I'm pretty upset about that. Obviously, when you bring rain clothing into the outdoors, you expect to be able to rely on it. Now, this is naturally also my fault. I hadn't unpacked and checked this rain poncho in the last 2 years, because every time I brought it, I never knew to use it. I just assumed that the lifespan would be longer than that, but that was not the case. So with the rain forecast tonight and not having a rain poncho, what I will do is see if I can find transport somehow back to Chamonix from the base of the mountain here. Yeah, that's the unfortunate ending, I guess. So 7:30 in the morning. I am, just above civilization, which is down there in the valley, and I'm trekking out. Love you all. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Thanks for joining me and Thomas on the first part of this adventure. Thanks for joining me on this second part of the adventure. And I think that's it from Tour du Mont Blanc this year. Ooh, before I go, I was thinking that I might... No, let's not say that now, it's secret. Ciao.